I hope to God I am not the only one who has seen this movie. I better not have been, or at least I'm sure other people saw this movie, but I don't know if you remember it. Hello guys, welcome, or if you've already seen my channel before, welcome back. I am the Philadelphia Whovian, and we're talking of that thing from my childhood that I loved ever so much, and it was called Crocodile Dundee. There was also a sequel. Alright, so Crocodile Dundee and Crocodile Dundee 2. What is the plot of Crocodile Dundee? Well, the story follows Mick Dundee, who is a crocodile hunter. He's in Australia, but also it's about a reporter played by Linda Kowalski, and about Crocodile Dundee, Mick Dundee, unless I'm mistaken, it was played by the epically gorgeous Paul Hogan. Sorry, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, I am back. Okay, yes, but Crocodile Dundee, so she goes to Australia and is doing like a news report kind of on him and on the idea of crocodile hunting. And he goes back with her to New York City, so we got is this Australian from the outback crocodile hunter in New York City. And of course, all the comedy that can ensue from that situation, as well as a romance that's blossoming between them, even though she already is in a relationship with somebody else. But of course, somebody else she's engaged to does not compare to Mick Dundee. And this is a movie, I can't explain it, you have to just see it to really see the awesomeness of it, because there were things, when you were watching when you were a child, it was so cool when you were a child, then you get older, and it's not nearly as cool as it used to be. It's the power of nostalgia, and that's the only thing that's got going for is the power of nostalgia. But that's not what this was. No, I put the first movie in recently, watched it, and I said, oh my god, this is still so freaking cool. I love it! Oh my god, Paul Hogan is still as gorgeous as ever. And again, Linda does a very good job. And also, for any of you guys who watched the TV show back in the 90s called Family Matters, yes, Carl, the father of that family, he was in Crocodile Dundee, and as we all know, he's a great actor, and he was in Crocodile Dundee as well. We also know him from also being in Die Hard 1. But I digress with that. Either way, the principal cast is amazing. The supporting actors are amazing. The script is very interesting, funny, very witty, very cute, and very enjoyable. But also, let's talk about the character of Mick Dundee himself. Okay, I do not know. I want to think. I've never heard or spoken with any Australians when it comes to Crocodile Dundee, the movie. I only know the movie as an American child who was watching it on her television with her older brother, and she was always very excited. So I don't know if Crocodile Dundee is one of those movies where in Australia it's absolutely loved, or it's like, well, we like it, but damn it, is this all Americans think of us as? I don't know. Guys, I don't know. So I don't know if possibly they like the idea that we Americans love Crocodile Dundee. I don't know. Can someone let me know in the comment section what is people's perspective on Crocodile Dundee in Australia? Or what is your perspective of us Americans liking Crocodile Dundee? Either way, here is, if it turns out Crocodile Dundee is an overrated thing in Australia, please understand why I love it. When you're a child, Mick is like a superhero. He's like the coolest thing you've ever seen. That's not a knife. King! This is a knife. For those of you who have not seen Crocodile Dundee, that's referencing a scene where Linda and Mick Dundee, they are being mugged, and someone just takes out a knife and says, give us your wallet. And Mick does not do anything, and he's like, why? And Linda's like, well, he's got a knife. He's like, oh, that's no knife. Then takes out his own knife. Now this is a knife. And just slashes the guy's jacket, and the guy runs away. Oh, it's so beautiful. There's another scene where Mick is, interested in a woman, and she's interested in him, but turns out it's not a woman, it's a guy. It's all fun, just Australian from the outback coming to America and discovering all the eccentricities of us Americans. And I dig it. But Mick Dundee, when you are a child, when you're a little kid and you saw Crocodile Dundee, Mick was the coolest thing you've ever freaking seen. Again, he was like a superhero to you. And by God, he looked like one with that gorgeous body and that perfect face. Oh, dear God, he was gorgeous. sorry. Even as a child, I could tell how gorgeous he was. So pretty it kind of hurt. And Linda Kowalski did a great job with him as well. Again, great cast, great script. But I just feel like seeing it after not seeing it so many years ago, and I absolutely still love it to this very day. One day I might do a compare and contrast of Crocodile Dundee to Crocodile Dundee 2, because I actually enjoyed both of them, but I do admit I'm still leaning more towards Crocodile Dundee 1 for right now. But still, the second one was a worthy sequel enough, and had an Aborigine in it that was absolutely also drop dead gorgeous. And again, people, if you don't like me speaking of my ever-ongoing attraction to males because you're politically correct that way, get bent. Just get bent. Alright guys, so again, has anyone seen Crocodile Dundee? What did you guys think of it? Do you remember when it came out? Oh, it was back in the day, the 80s and 90s, all those good old times. Those good old times. And if you've not seen it, I strongly suggest you do see it. Either way, it was a fun time for me, going down memory lane and seeing Crocodile Dundee all over again. It was just a little bit of my childhood came back to me. And by God, I hope they never, ever, ever do a sequel. Don't ever do a sequel, Hollywood. Let it go. So thank you guys so much. Again, if you've seen Crocodile Dundee, please don't be afraid to let me know. Bye, guys.